Have you ever wondered why Uranus is often referred to as an ice giant? Today we delve into the frosty depths of this enigmatic planet to uncover its icy secrets. As we venture into the outer reaches of our solar system, we find Uranus, a world of extreme cold, with temperatures that plunge lower than any other planet. This celestial body, the seventh planet from the Sun, is a world apart from the fiery infernos of Venus or the gas giants Jupiter and Saturn. Its chilling temperatures stem from its great distance from the Sun, over 1.8 billion miles away. This extreme remoteness results in Uranus holding the record for the coldest planetary atmosphere in our solar system, with temperatures dropping to -370 degrees Fahrenheit. But the frigid temperatures are not the only reason why Uranus is dubbed an ice giant. The term ice here refers not just to water ice but also to substances like ammonia and methane. These elements, typically gases on Earth, freeze solid in the outer solar system due to the intense cold. Uranus's atmosphere is majorly composed of these ices, along with hydrogen and helium, giving it a unique blue-green color. This icy composition differentiates Uranus from the gas giants Jupiter and Saturn, which are primarily made up of hydrogen and helium. The presence of ices in its atmosphere, a characteristic it shares with its twin Neptune, places Uranus in a category of its own in our planetary family. So as we gaze upon this distant icy world, we begin to understand the reason behind its chilling moniker. The ice giant Uranus, with its icy blue hue, is indeed a planet of extreme cold, both in temperature and in the composition of its atmosphere. So the nickname ice giant is not just a fancy title, but a description of the very makeup of this distant and chilly planet. Did you know that Uranus was first officially recognized as a planet by Sir William Herschel in 1781? It's an intriguing tale that takes us back to a time when our knowledge of the solar system was far less comprehensive than it is today. Imagine a night in the late 18th century with Sir William Herschel peering into the night sky with his homemade telescope. He was not a professional astronomer, but a musician with an insatiable curiosity about the cosmos. One fateful night, he spotted a faint, distant object that didn't quite behave like the other stars. He initially reported it as a comet, but something about this celestial body was different. Herschel's observations continued for several nights, his intrigue growing with each passing hour. The object's motion did not fit the typical path of a comet, and its disc-like appearance was unlike any star he had ever seen. As he dug deeper, he began to suspect that he had stumbled upon something truly groundbreaking. He was right. After much debate and scrutiny from the scientific community, it was concluded that this was not a comet or a star, but a new planet. The first to be discovered with a telescope, in fact. This was a monumental discovery, shattering the age-old belief that Saturn was the outermost planet in our solar system. Herschel, humble as he was, suggested naming the new planet Georgium Sidus, or George's Star, after his patron King George III. However, the international community favored a different name, one that would align with the mythological naming convention of the other planets. And so, Uranus, named after the Greek god of the sky, was adopted. This discovery was much more than just the addition of a new planet to our star charts. It symbolized a leap forward in our understanding of the cosmos, a testament to human curiosity and the power of scientific inquiry. Uranus, the mysterious ice giant, was no longer just a faint point of light in the night sky, but a world in its own right, waiting to be explored. Herschel's discovery expanded our knowledge of the solar system, opening our eyes to the mysteries beyond Saturn. What if I told you that Uranus spins on its side and a season there lasts for 42 years? That's right. This icy giant has some extraordinary characteristics that defy the norm. Let's start with the fact that Uranus is tilted sideways. Unlike other planets in our solar system that spin like tops, Uranus rolls along its orbit. This peculiar tilt is believed to be the result of a massive collision that knocked the planet on its side. This has a dramatic effect on Uranus's seasons. While on Earth we experience 4 seasons over the course of 1 year, on Uranus, each season lasts for a whopping 21 years. That's right, 21 years of winter or summer depending on which pole you're at. Imagine celebrating your birthday in the same season for 2 decades. Now let's move on to its density. Uranus is the second least dense planet in our solar system. It's so light because it's composed mainly of ices, including water, methane, and ammonia. This composition, coupled with its low density, has earned Uranus the nickname of the ice giant. But the peculiarities don't stop here. Did you know that Uranus has rings? often overshadowed by the spectacular rings of Saturn, Uranus's ring system is a wonder in its own right. These thin, dark rings are composed mainly of chunks of water ice and rock. They may not be as flashy as Saturn's, but they add to the mystique of this fascinating planet. Uranus is a planet full of surprises, from its sideways spin to its icy composition and unique ring system. It defies our expectations and challenges our understanding of what a planet can be. Every discovery we make about Uranus only deepens the mystery and fuels our curiosity. Uranus is certainly not your typical planet with its sideways spin and a year that could outlast many human lifetimes. So next time you gaze up at the night sky, remember the ice giant spinning on its side, dancing to its own rhythm in the cosmic ballet. Did you know that Uranus has a system of 27 moons and a set of thin rings? Now let's talk about the celestial companions of Uranus. Each of these moons has its own unique characteristics. The largest of them, Titania, is about half the size of our own moon and is covered in a landscape of deep canyons and craters. Oberon, the second largest, boasts a surface of icy craters and a mysterious white substance that scientists believe may be water ice. Ariel, Umbriel, and Miranda are the other major moons, each contributing to the diverse family of Uranus's moons. The moons of Uranus are named after characters from the works of William Shakespeare and Alexander Pope, a tradition started by John Herschel, son of Sir William Herschel who discovered Uranus. This literary tradition adds a touch of poetic beauty to the scientific exploration of these distant worlds. But the moons aren't the only companions of Uranus. The planet is also surrounded by a system of thin, dark rings. Unlike the bright, icy rings of Saturn, the 13 known rings of Uranus are dark and relatively faint. These rings were a surprise discovery in 1977. Astronomers weren't looking for rings around Uranus, but rather, they were preparing to observe a distant star passing behind the planet. As they watched, the star blinked out several times before and after it was obscured by Uranus. This led to the realization that there were rings encircling the planet. As for their composition, these rings are made up of dark particles ranging in size from tiny dust specks to large boulders. Scientists believe these particles are likely remnants from broken-up moons or other celestial bodies that once orbited Uranus. These moons and rings add to the complexity and mystery of Uranus, making it a fascinating subject for astronomers. Indeed, studying them helps us to understand more about the formation and evolution of our solar system, and potentially, about other star systems in the vast universe. Only one spacecraft has braved the journey to visit Uranus. Can you guess which one? It was none other than Voyager 2, an emissary from Earth, launched in the late 70s. This intrepid explorer of the cosmos embarked on a grand tour, visiting multiple celestial bodies in our solar system. Voyager 2, our lone visitor, reached the vicinity of Uranus in January of 1986. It had traveled a staggering 1.8 billion miles, a journey that took more than 8 years, but the rewards were worth the wait. The spacecraft's flyby of Uranus, at a relatively close distance of just over 50,000 miles, yielded a wealth of invaluable data. For the first time, we were able to capture close-up images of Uranus, revealing its pale blue disk, cloud formations, and its faint system of rings. Voyager 2 also discovered 10 previously unknown moons, further expanding our knowledge of the Uranian system. But the spacecraft's observations weren't limited to just visual data. Its instruments probed the planet's atmosphere, revealing a composition primarily of hydrogen and helium, with traces of methane lending Uranus its icy blue hue. It detected temperatures plunging to -370 degrees Fahrenheit, confirming Uranus as the coldest planet in our solar system. Voyager 2's flyby also provided key insights into the magnetic field of Uranus, revealing it to be peculiarly tilted and offset from the planet's center. This discovery led to further questions about the planet's internal structure and dynamics. The Voyager 2 flyby gave us our closest look at Uranus, but there is still so much more to learn about this distant ice giant. Despite its brief visit, Voyager 2's data continues to fuel scientific understanding and debate. Yet, the enigmatic world of Uranus remains largely unexplored, a distant frontier in our cosmic backyard, awaiting future voyages of discovery.